Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and my apologies for being a bit late today. So let's get this thing on the road. This is the sculpt I finished last Wednesday, and I was a little bit stuck with the baking, so I baked everything. Well, I exported everything correctly after the stream on Wednesday because it kept crashing. Not sure what was wrong, but in the end it worked, and we have the high poly now ready for baking. So let's select the low poly and the high poly and then activate the baking, and then I will get some coffee first. Oh, a wrong folder. Where are you? Alright, so this is a plane. Let's get the high poly here. Dungeon floor. And then there are all the Aspin files already from my test bake. I don't need an ID map. Not at the moment. I also don't really need the world space normal. Maybe later. We don't need. No, I don't need the position. I do need the thickness. Yes. Set this to 5 or something like that, and do a very quick bake first. Let's see if everything is set up correctly, and then I will do a better bake. Everything is in there, so that's good. Cool, let's make a this might take a while. No, not a while, but a few minutes. So let me activate this, and then I will get some coffee. Be right back. Hmm. Let me see if I can close this because I need my restream chat. Forgot about that. Uh-oh. Hey, good morning, Kane. I'm sorry if I missed any of the other chat messages. Because I was pretty late, I forgot to open up the restream chat. I see substance loss in the morning. Yeah, it does. Well, it's baking right now, so. But because I opened Restream during the baking, it gives this white thingies. But I'm not going to click it. Sorry if the stream is laggy as hell. The baking is almost over. Answer your question when the lag is less, Kane. If that's okay. You might miss some stuff. Just catch some Pokemon in the meantime. Yeah, I'm one of the few that's still active in Pokemon Go. It's taking its time. Well, the good part is if it doesn't crash, if it bakes correctly, then we have to do this only once. Oh hey, Solex Interactive. Good morning. And Uber Blackthorn, good morning to you. Again, I hope the lag is bearable. There we go. It's done. Cool. Look at this bake. That looks pretty much like the high poly, right? Well, not really. So this is decimated 3.1 million. I think the original was 12 million triangles, and we brought that down to 1 polygon and 2 triangles. This is just a plain with a crisp bake. Oh, look at that. Love that. Baking out stuff, yeah. Let's get the concept here again. Where is it? There. Which is really dark. So what we can do is we can reuse this smart material I made before for the other dungeon parts. Which works pretty well. Actually. So there are a few things I should change here. So that's, let's see. The tile, oh well. Not the tiling on that. Where is the... Oh, is that the base? Ah, that's the base, okay. Oh yeah, Kane, your sword. Okay, first of all, it's good that you are working on some smaller props, so that's good. 2000 polygons is quite a lot for such a small sword. And on top of that, instead of using the C remeasure, I think you should try to make a low poly of the sword yourself, because it's a pretty easy shape. You can use a C remeasure, but that's better for organic shapes and not really for harder surface stuff like weapons. You unwrap the low poly sword and substance you bake the high poly for that and texture it. Yeah, that's the image you posted in the Discord, right? When I go back to Max and edit textures, the low poly, it looks ugly. Yeah, well, 3ds Max is not really the ideal software to show your 3D assets. I think it's better to even show it in Substance Painter, the low poly, or a game engine like Unreal or Unity or Marmoset. Hey Pro, goedemorgen. Yeah, sure, you can try it in Unreal. Why not? Okay, I'm going to duplicate this one. So this is tint 1, and then I'll simply duplicate this and call that tint 2. And let's change the tiling a little bit of this one and make it a little less saturated and a little darker. Give this a black mask, and then now we can paint this in the mask, but now I'm thinking maybe an ID map was useful in the end. Well, we can... Oh. Look at the Wacom pen. I removed the tape and the whole tip, and it's actually working not that bad. Huh. Tiles are looking cool. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Is it possible if I export the textures to Unreal Substance, export 3 maps only, base, normal, and occlusion? No. I think Unreal Engine 4. Oh yeah, basically. You don't really need emissive. It's just everything you need, base color. And it's not really occlusion, it's more the roughness metal map. Not sure why they added occlusion in the title there. And the normal map, yeah, so. Okay. these should all be this tint. These ones as well. Hey seller, good morning. I think most of these tiles are dark. How are you doing, seller? The sword looks cool. The red handle was a lot better. Alright. Let's make this one more dark. Hey Manu, long time no see. How are you doing? This one. This one? Oh. After painting this, I'm going to export this to Unity to check on the tiling, which I already kind of did yesterday. So the tiling works, but I'll have to check if the tiling still works with the painted stuff on there. These two should be dark. Yeah, no problem, seller. It was some basic things, right? Nothing special. How is it going with your Monero? Okay, I guess. Nobody is mining right now, but being busy is good, Manu. Keeps you fresh. This one can be dark as well. However, that one is tiling into this one, so Alright, cool. Let me see, seller, what the amounts are right now. $133 million hashes right now. On 0.0, almost 2 XMR. And that's basically not so much. Hey Aubrey. Good morning. What I'm working on right now is a floor panel for the dungeon. So this is the sculpt I did last week and start of this week, and now I rendered that. I baked that onto a square plane. Got some basic textures on there right now, so let's export this to to the project. It's like, let's remove that. Where is that? Where is the project? Water dungeon, there. Assets, textures. There we go. Let's export these. What a weird thing. Thank you. We need... Yeah, it's actually the first project I started last year when I started streaming. So the worm I did a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I wanted to present that worm in the water dungeon environment. However, when I opened the project, I saw that I didn't have a... Why is it showing that? That I didn't have a floor texture yet. Okay, this was my tiling test. But that's not... It's not the one... Oh, it is. Oh yeah. You can hardly see it. Yeah, this is the the door is pretty cool. this in here. Okay, it's still tiling pretty well. That's good, but you can hardly see the texture actually.
New creatures have joined your dungeon.
B May, thanks for the follow. Okay, it's cool, but pretty boring and clean right now. Oh, what I also want to do, by the way, let's see if I... let me create a new scene here. Save this. I want to test this with a terrain actually, which is a little bit strange for a dungeon-like environment. However, add a texture. Okay, so this is not ideal for the materials I'm using right now, but let's add this. Okay, so what we can do now is paint these textures so we can make a second one. Where is it? There. Add a texture and let's see if we have something else we can use for now. Let's just use this one to show you what I want to do. Okay, adding this, and what we can do now is we can blend these two textures together. So that is really cool. So what I will make is a variation on this tile, so I can... This texture doesn't really work. Let me go to substance and let me just recolor this to show you. Other materials cool. Oh, that's just the default default color, man. But I'm glad it's cool. But okay, let's. No. I want a bluish. this one. Base. Oh, thank you. Yeah, something like this. And let's export that to this one. I hope it doesn't override it. It does. Okay, that sucks. Doesn't look bad, by the way. That's one of the things I really miss in Substance, is to rename your materials. No, I can't do that. That's stupid. Stupid. Unreal doesn't like my textures. Why not? I add them to the base material and that's not changing. I don't have Unreal installed on this PC right now, but just Google for some basic Unreal tutorial for materials. Shouldn't be that difficult. Hey, Tima. Okay, let's just rename this manually here. This is for variation 1. There we go. And let's reset these two colors, export. And now we should have two variations. One and two. Alright, cool. Go back to the terrain and let's replace this one with, where are you? Okay. There. Apply. Okay, so what we can do now is blend the green and the red material. Red. The green and the blue material. So now it's only blending the color, but if we have a different texture, so without the centerpiece, we can blend between those two. And what we can do next is just get a hard wow brush here. Set the opacity. Hey, a little bit lower, just on 10 should be fine. And we can, okay, yeah, we can flatten the height here on, let's say 2. Yeah, and I think we can use this for the dungeon actually. So maybe we have a height of 4 as well. Okay, let's reset that for now. And get oh man, really need to clean this up. Prefabs now, meshes. Let's get the stairs. Oh, hello, tiny stairs. That is really tiny. Let's save this and see if I did some scaling in here, because that's not really... What's the idea? Okay, the scaling is a little bit off, because this is just... This is not a prefab, right? No. Okay, no problem. What is wrong? Oh, stairs material. Oh well. Okay, what I'm going to do is just duplicate this dungeon. Let's call it dungeon. Terrain. Go there. Big old Trassos, good morning. Let's remove all the floor pieces and... Okay, we can keep the lights here for now. Let's add a terrain. And what are the terrain settings? Okay, it's 500, so 250 and 250 on the Z. That should be the center, right? Cool. And I guess it's a bit silly to do this with a terrain, but I'm going to do this because of the texture blending. Okay. Let's add the first, and it should be on 30, I guess. Oh, it's still pretty large. Oh wait. Ah. Okay, 2 is fine. And let's add the other texture to see if it works correctly. Set that one to 2 as well, and now we can paint this per frame or per pixel, I guess. But maybe the does this work? No, it doesn't work. I didn't really use a terrain before, so my apologies for that. Let's just crop this to where is it? Oh. Okay. Minus 50, yeah, minus 50. And the height is fine. Okay, the resolution is also better right now. Okay. So, can this height be on a... No. Okay, so if we put the height on 10 and set this minus 10, can we increase the brush size and perfect. Yeah, this is Unity, Mr. Parsley. Good to see you again, by the way. Okay, let's just do -1 and set this to, or minus, no, that's fine. Set this to 1. Okay. This is pretty cool. Okay, so we can just paint in the floor here and then so for this part we need a height of 3? No? 2? No? 1.5. Bless you. So I'm going to use predefined heights for this. Okay, when we can hide these like this. Cool. Okay, so the cool part here, as I mentioned before, is that we can blend textures right now. So let's remove that. Let me check if there. If I have some kind of sand texture I can use for now. I should have one. 1 second, let me check that. Sand textures. It's a grass texture. I didn't upload the textures, I guess. Huh. Okay, let's just use this texture for now, which I didn't create. That's why I called it stolen sand. Yes, go to the terrain and then add a texture. Yes. So now we can blend this. Oh, let's edit the size a little bit. That's beautiful. Anyway, so the cool part, I do have to make some other texture variations, but then we can just paint in the stuff like this. Target strength. What if we just use this? Yes. We can paint black holes. Nah. But yeah, this is the idea, that I can blend the textures like that. But I need some other materials for that. Oh, what I can do, oh, that might be funny. I can just grab this one and make that super smooth. smoothness should be, I don't know, something like that. So we can blend a highly reflective part with a less reflective one, and that's pretty cool, I guess. So we can just fake that it's wet. But yeah, cool. I'm glad that works. Also, why is the lighting better in this scene? That's fine with me, but Bahamut, good morning. Thanks. This is just a personal project based on concept art of Baldi Konijn. Made some cool water dungeon kinda concept art, and I'm sculpting that and making that into game assets. And today I'm working on this tileable texture for the floor, which I sculpted in ZBrush first. So this is a sculpt, and I just tested if I would be able to use the terrain editor for the dungeon, so I can blend some textures easily. Oh hey, Deadly Isolk. I thought a lot of them looked familiar. Yeah, might be possible. Baldi's stuff is really cool. Actually, I did some how do you call that? I was with Baldi yesterday, checking portfolios of game students. That was really cool. So this is Baldi's work, and these are the assets he drew. Last week I made this worm, and I was like, okay, I need to finish the dungeon to add this worm to the dungeon. It would be cool to present it like that. Goedemorgen. Manu, are you still here, by the way? Manu, yes, you are still here. You actually are the first one that did a cheer with 200 bits. Thank you very much. And as you can see, I don't have a thing set up for that yet, so I completely missed that. But I really appreciate that. Thanks, man. My first ever cheer. So I think 2 weeks ago I got the Twitch affiliation. And I still need to set up some things for that. What? Thanks. Thanks for the bits. I love them bits. Okay, 10 minutes left for today's stream. Let's see if we can get in some moss detail here. Let's make a new folder. Excuse me, in substance, I'll call that moss. So what I'm going to do is create this one material. A little bit of height and roughness like this. Thank you, Uber. And Uber Blackthorn, my first ever subscriber. Thank you very much. Let me. You don't. I don't have an emote. Sorry, you paid for nothing, Uber. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. Cancels the sub. Yeah, do it. No, but you know what? You can help me decide what will be the first emote. Uber. No, Uber. Hey Uni, good morning. I just got my first bits and my first subscriber. That's the best day ever. That's the second best day ever. Want me to make you an emote? Well, no, you can help me decide what my first emote will be. How do we celebrate the first subscriber? Dion, you are a pro.
Pro?
How do we celebrate the first ever subscriber?
I think you need to dance. Dance?
A little, no.
Do the
Not,
dance
no.
with subscribers, that's how it goes, right?
No.
Take off your shirt.
Take off my shirt, yeah, that might be a good idea. No, Uni. No. No. I'm a member of the anti-dancing community, so I'm not allowed to dance. Never. Yeah, Manu, thank you very much. My second subscriber. Oh man. Now we really need an emote and a dance. No. I'm not going to dance. I can. Let me check. No, that's the wrong one. Here. There's a dancing underlord. Oh, that's the most anticlimactic celebration ever. So what I wanted to do for the subscription was the monk thing from Age of Empires, and I had a song for that. Does it work? It's a really cool Age of Empires mix made by Klaus Fane. Looks like me dancing. Okay, we really need to work on the whole subscriber thing. That's for the next stream. Print out gold statues for all subscribers. There we go. Dancing letters. And there was another one which was pretty. Oh, this needs a music video. Can I? No, I should dance the text by hand. That's really lame. Where is the... There it is. Really good on a fly. Perfect. Well, you just witnessed the worst subscription celebration. I'm done. Okay. Back to the regular stuff. Stop subscribing now. I don't want to dance with monks again. No, thanks guys, really appreciate that. Okay, let's stop subscribing, you animals. This is my favorite slider, by the way. No, this looks stupid. Okay. We can add a warp filter to this. That kind of works. Oh crap. It should be in here. And the mask should be on this layer. Paste into mask, remove this one. Remove mask. Cool. And now we can add some more stuff in here, like height variation. And this can be a crystal. No, that's not a good idea. Why? Ah, there we go. this. Why is it making it this dark while I'm only changing the height? I don't know. Let's duplicate that, make it black, and this is something we might be using. Instagram scan. Tubal's calling. Good morning. Hello. Deadly ESOC. It's not playing. What is not playing? This looks silly. Sure, feel free to ask, Jubbles. What are you trying to do? Well, I'm just trying to figure out how to make some stylized moss in here. See, this is the concept art. In the concept art, it's basically green dots, right? But it's pretty minimal. Manu, thanks again. Appreciate it really, really much. And I will see you next time. Have a good night, man. But Deadly Esoc, yeah, maybe I'll just go with this. In the end, I don't know. But I thought maybe it would be cool to add some more dirt or more mossy things like this. Well, we might just go with the stylized one. Hey, nice. Still looks pretty stylized from this view, actually. How do you record the video with modeling process for YouTube? Did you record everything in one long video and then cut bad moments during the edit of it? Well, I'm still figuring out what the best way is to record this kind of stuff. So what I tried first was just getting the footage from one of my streams and then do a voiceover on top of that, but that was really annoying. So what I'm trying now is just doing the tutorial while I'm actually working on that. So yesterday I did a unwrap tutorial for 3ds Max and I will post that later today. And the downside is that it's a little bit messy. I do some editing, but I want to keep things as unedited as possible. But it will result in a less structured tutorial. So I just call it a video where I show my personal workflow for that kind of stuff, and not really a tutorial. It's more like, okay, this is my way of doing this, and you may or may not, or you might or might not use this for your own workflow. Depends on what you're looking for. Maybe it's cool if these walls are bigger. No, the door looks so small like that. Yo, Mr. Parsley. See you later, man. Thanks for joining me again. Yeah, I think I have to wrap this up for today as well. I think I have a clear vision in my mind now for the floor tile. So next week, there's no stream this weekend, but next Tuesday I'll be back again. Then I will continue on this texture, this floor texture, and I think I will make a variation to this texture that I can use on the floor with the texture blending. So there will be a default floor texture because I don't want this circular icon thing on the floor on every corner of the floor. And on top of that, maybe I need a somewhat broken variation as well, with some damage and stuff like that. There's still a lot of things I can do for this dungeon. this can keep me busy for quite a few streams. But that's cool. I think this is a nice little project that can be added to the portfolio. Also really need to work on that waterfall thingies. It's just a scrolling texture right now. I'm also making stuff in 3ds Max for Unity. Okay, just never tried to record it on video. Oh yeah, stuff like that. You can edit out some stupid stuff, but for example, what I discovered yesterday is when I right-click in 3ds Max for the settings, for example, in the unwrapping to break stuff or to stitch stuff, it doesn't show in OBS in the capturing software. So that's pretty stupid, but that's not something I can edit out. But I have to edit in some right-click menus or something. Not sure yet. On the other hand, I say that I right-click, so if you do the same in 3ds Max, you will see a menu popping up. So shouldn't be that of a problem. Hello, Joe. I was just wrapping up. Sorry. Started working on the floor texture for this dungeon. So that's going to be cool. Was trying to figure out a nice way of doing this moss on top of that. I think this is pretty. Yeah, but as I said, I was just wrapping up the stream, so let's see if there's anybody online who I can host. What game engine are you using? Well, this is Unity 3D. Your timing is always spot on, Joe. What is this for? Just asset store? No. Not going to put this on the asset store. It's just practice. I like baldy stuff, and I think this his concept art was a nice way to practice my workflow of things. I don't really have a thing in mind for this, other than practice. So actually, I didn't work on this project since January early this year, but then I did a worm. Where's my worm? Where is my worm? Let me scroll back. There's the worm. So I did this one, and I really want to show that in the dungeon environment. But for that, I need to polish the whole environment a little bit more. Didn't even know you up in this Discord. Of course I am. There really is nobody online right now. Who is this? Yeah, Björn was on, but he's only streaming for 30 minutes. He already finished. I usually host the last 5 minutes of his stream. Let's see. Any game devs online? Why don't you stream for a little bit more, Joe? Hey, Ola. Yeah, you can finish the set while streaming. Just turn off the camera, turn off the chat for yourself, and just go into finish mode. Well, it's still cool to see the process, right? How you finish that stuff. Yeah. You still look at the chat, yeah, that's true. Okay, let's host someone a little bit different. He is painting some miniature stuff. That's pretty cool. Alright. That's it for today. Thanks for the new followers. Thanks for the first 2 subscribers, Uwe Blackthorn and Manu. Really appreciate that. Not sure how to thank you yet, but really appreciate it. I'll be back. Subscribers, yes. Yeah. Thank you, Joe. So much monsters was converted. Yeah. So the problem is, I don't have a very good way to celebrate yet, Joe. And where is your emote? Yeah. We have to discuss about the emote. We have to think about it. What is a good emote for this channel? I have no idea. Next week, you guys will have an emote. It's probably something like a ZBrush sculpted penis or something. Yeah, with the red wax material. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Great minds, Joe. No, not a Maya. He fucking knows. I know. So let's discuss the emote in the Discord. Cool. Yep, that's it for today. Next Tuesday, I'll be back. Have a good weekend, have a good night or a good day, and I will see you guys later. Take care. What is it, Joe? Yeah, cool. Take care, guys. Later. dance. I have to practice this.